Hey, this is Amy with Creative Catapult Coaching,
And Megan with Focus Like a Mother.
and this is the Control Alt Think podcast, conversations with neurodivergent minds. And today we got the recording on, but we couldn't remember our topic.
Yeah, yeah. So we had it's a Wednesday, and a lot of
No, it's a
times we record
Thursday
on
actually.
Mondays. Oh, well, I mean, I'm
Yeah, so
knowing
we're
the day of
both
the week
having
is not
some
required.
like short-term memory and
It's
like
cool.
putting ourselves in space and time, executive function extraness this morning. For me, afternoon for you.
Yes, just barely afternoon. But so we had usually we record on Mondays. I guess my point was it's not
Yeah.
Monday. So, but we had decided on a topic on Monday,
And it was
and then we both
brilliant. It was
and we
brilliant.
said on Thursday we will be ready to record. And then we got
So
on this call and we both said, do you remember what we had decided?
So we did a whole lot of things that were really good, and I think we both talk about for executive dysfunction. We scheduled the time, we set the intention, we pre-decided the topic so we didn't have to decide. Our failure came in writing it down. And
Which,
neither one of us, we're like, we've got all the tools between both of us. We've, and we're like, we're trying to pull up our calendars, we're racking our memories, we're looking for what transcripts did we happen to have running. And none of them are doing what we thought they would.
but the irony is that the topic itself was about writing things down, was it not?
I
Is that
don't
what
know,
we?
it wasn't. I don't think we ever
Oh, okay,
found it.
we still have not solved the mysterious topic yet. Okay,
We figured we'd get partway into recording and one of us it'll, pop up in,
probably.
but there was
Yeah.
something funny in us sitting here going, what was our topic? We had a topic. We had a great topic. It was short, it was concise. We both think it was a tool. It was
Hmm.
something that didn't have a lot of emotional load. No idea. But this seemed funny or amusing enough and familiar enough to us both that we're like, okay, let's go with that.
And there was no shame in our scaffold game as we both scrolled through all of our different tools of how to remember how to help jumpstart our brain, as I once had a professor uh, say, to try to recall what that topic was. So we went through, yeah, transcripts, anything that we had related to Monday to
Yeah.
try to
And frankly, we
pull it
chose not
back.
to spend that long working on it because it wasn't for us the emotional energy of going back and trying to figure it out didn't feel worth it, especially when we had an inspiration. And part of the way we've intentionally set up this podcast is very much in interest based, or relevance. And so there wasn't anything hard and fast on, season two is focusing on topic X, Y, and Z. And here's the arc that we've pre-planned. So it's kind of like, you know what? Let's shift the topic.
Season two is much like season one. It is a series of rabbit holes that may or may not be related.
We are the common theme.
Yes, yes, our chaotic thought processes are the common theme. But yeah, so
So
we did write down the other topics that we came up with while we were trying to think of the topic
yeah.
that we
So
had come up with.
we actually have done some good stuff for scaffolding. We have a loose back end process and have gotten some help in doing some very light production. We have a couple Notion pages dedicated to it. We should probably condense the Notion pages into one location instead of some in mine and some in Megan's.
I was like, wait, is there more than one? I only have the one that I put mine in.
I was thinking about this. I've got a couple summary pages of like we still have some more streamlining we can do because we have a Google Doc that has a whole bunch of web addresses and summaries in it. We have a Google Drive space set up.
Hmm.
Um, Probably the next step is streamlining and working to connect all the pieces so that I have some of my virtual assistant working to help me stay on top of it because My own consistency is inconsistent at best. That's one of the descriptors I've heard and love, maybe not love. Identify with his ADHD is consistently inconsistent.
I feel like we could add as another topic for the future when you get all the pieces but run out of steam before you get them all put together. Because
That
there are a
sounds
lot of
fair.
things, it's like you have all the pieces, but it's not all the way to sustainable.
Yeah, and how to
Yeah,
deal with that.
yeah.
You
How to
know,
get the interest back long enough to finish.
well, it's a really real topic. And, part of the reason that I've been able to, keep recording, even though we took an 18-month break, was that there's somebody else involved and it's not just me.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, that
part
was
of,
another. We have so many topics. Those couple are written down.
yeah, but, all the supports kind of weave together and, using a second brain, in my case, using Megan's brain to help support my brain often works wonders, and sometimes it still falls through the cracks.
So, one thing I am really good at, or I've gotten a lot of feedback on, is I may not necessarily be able to remember the thing or know the thing, but I know exactly where to find it. So, I am really good and have always been really good at, I know, so like packages and orders of things, and even passwords that it's like, well, I don't necessarily remember which email I used for this account to know which password to use, but I can go in my email inbox that has all the different emails that I use for different things, and I can search. So for me, the power of search is something I'm really good at. I just use it for everything. Like, oh, I need to find this I had to reorder ribbon for something for an event for Focus Like a Mother, and I needed to get the same size. And instead of going and digging through the bin and finding the ribbon and measuring the size because it's not labeled anymore, I just went in my old Amazon orders and found the old order to find the size so that I could just reorder the same thing. So I do that a lot. It does fail when your email can't go back that far, or you've changed emails and you don't have access to the one where the information is. Um, but I do that a lot. And the more that tools have advanced, the easier it has gotten to use all of the information that I've interacted with over time as a reference. Because, like Notion, you can search for things, Evernote, you can search for things. So, like, I can remember. Oh, if it's anything related to a topic from grad school, I know exactly where to go search for it. I may not be able to find it. Dropbox, I can search for things. Um, so having those tools available is super helpful.
Yeah. And so that's another way of, you scaffolding your memory is, you're not remembering the information, but you're remembering the location of it. And
Or at least
kind
a
of a
location
part,
to try.
well, yeah.
It may not
And
be in the Dropbox, but I can search and then I can process of elimination until I find where it is.
right. Well, and that was kind of what we were doing as well with,
Mhm.
this podcast. We're like, okay, we know that, we had these tools that typically we interact with for the recording. So if our recall isn't working, we didn't write it in Notion, here's a couple other places. It's like we know where to look for the information and it still failed. And that's fine. But we had some, just because we use systems to scaffold what we do, which is shockingly what we talk about probably with a lot of our clients is, what systems are there to support and give you the flexibility to do what you
Mhm.
want to need.
Mhm. And yet I can remember the most random things that other people are like, how do you know that? I'm like, I'm not sure. It's just the way my brain works.
Welcome to brains. Brains are weird.
Super fun, but super quirky.
So, do you have any other thoughts on, here's a topic? I think this one was going to be pretty concise.
Yeah, I think this one's pretty good. It's just, yeah, we could. We could probably list so many tools that we would use as scaffolds, but the one we had started with was, hey, we should write that down.
Yeah, well, and that I think is going to be another full episode, but it was just the humor in, two coaches can have all the processes set up and we can still, despite all our own scaffolding, we can lose the topic we had the intention for.
Yes, I am pretty sure it is captured somewhere, but I have not gone through all the tools
Yeah, we
yet,
did.
so
Well, and that exhaustive searching isn't always worth it. Sometimes it's better to
yeah.
change gears. We could have exhaustively searched and probably wouldn't have taken us more than, frankly, 10 minutes to find it. But then who knows if it would have had the interest or right now this one was interesting, which also makes it probably more valuable topic because our brains are going to fire and associate a whole bunch of other stuff that amuses us and hopefully by extension enlighten somebody else's day.
I just wish we were recording when we first, which I guess I have the transcript of us both going back and forth with, oh, we had a topic. What was the topic? Why didn't we write it down? Wait, was it, hey, pull up this app. Hey, pull up this thing. Pull up the Did anything that we were using capture?
Well, but
I
that's
wish we
very
had
much,
recorded the in the moment um
yeah, but
oh
it's
wait.
very real and very much, I think, how a lot of people function. It's like you remember all the places you could find it and what do you do when it's not there?
Hmm. Yep.
And hopefully, it's something like this isn't a critical, but when it's your passport, when it's your kid's birth certificate,
Your
those are
keys.
more critical, your keys, probably looking for keys more often than passport for most of us. But again,
We have tile trackers.
what are the systems and how do you make sure that you can find what you need when you need it?
Yes. And I had a thought and then it escaped me, so
Well,
that is fine.
seems to be the theme. I still
Oh, I
know.
remembered.
Yeah,
So, on the concept of remembering things and writing them down and using systems, if you are listening to this podcast on your favorite podcast streaming service, be sure to like us, follow us, bookmark us so that you can come back and hear the next rabbit hole that we fall down.
sounds like a great idea, Megan. I'm Amy with Creative Catapult Coaching. You can find me online on my website or on social media at Creative Catapult Coach.
I'm Megan with Focus Like a Mother, and you can find me by Googling Focus Like a Mother, and you will find my website and all my social media profiles. And until the next time, this is the Control Alt Think podcast, Conversations with Neurodivergent Minds.
Have a lovely lifetime that never comes out the way I intend. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.